Imagine standing in your own living room, holding a glass of wine, and watching your husband of 10 years tell his mistress over the phone that you're just a placeholder. He called me a broke housewife with no exit plan. He thought I was blinded by love. What he didn't know was that my father was a high-stakes divorce attorney, and I had a lifestyle clause buried on page 42 of our prenup that was about to strip him of every cent, every car, and even the very roof over his head. Welcome to Karma Files. Today, we're looking at why you should always read the fine print. Let's go back to the start. Mark and I met in our late 20s. I was a rising star in marketing and he was an ambitious tech lead. We were the it couple. But when we got married, Mark insisted I step back to support his vision. And I did. I managed the house, the social calendar, and his ego. But over the last 2 years, things shifted. Mark started staying late. He became obsessed with his phone. He started making cruel jokes about how I didn't contribute to our wealth anymore. The man I loved was replaced by a stranger who looked at me with pure disdain. I found the first receipt in his jacket pocket, a diamond necklace I never received. Then came the whispers from mutual friends. The pain wasn't just the cheating, it was the gaslighting. He made me feel crazy for questioning him, all while he was spending our savings on a 22-year-old intern named Tiffany. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I went straight to my safe deposit box and pulled out our prenuptial agreement. Most people think prenups only protect the rich person. But my father had helped me draft a fairness and fidelity addendum. It stated clearly, in the event of documented infidelity, the offending party would forfeit 90% of marital assets and all rights to the family estate. But I needed proof. Ironclad, high-definition proof. I spent the next 3 months playing the perfect, clueless wife. I cooked his favorite meals while secretly installing a high-tech monitoring system in our vacation home. I watched them on my iPad while sitting in our bed. It was gut-wrenching, but every frame of video was a nail in his financial coffin. The day of the big reveal wasn't a shouting match. It was a random Tuesday morning. Mark was packing for his business trip to Cabo with Tiffany. As he reached for his suitcase, I handed him a heavy manila envelope. "What's this? A travel gift?" He smirked. "Is your life, Mark? Or what's left of it?" I replied. Inside were the photos, the hotel logs, and a copy of the prenup with page 42 highlighted in bright neon yellow. His face went from smug to ghostly white in seconds. By the time he called his lawyer, I had already frozen the joint accounts and moved his belongings into a storage unit. Because the house was technically part of my family's trust. Another detail he ignored, he was effectively homeless by noon. He tried to sue, claiming emotional duress, but the judge took one look at the videos of him laughing about taking me for everything and dismissed the case in 10 minutes. He lost the house, the Porsche, and even his seat on the board of the company my family helped fund. Mark thought he was playing a game with a person who had no cards. He forgot that karma doesn't just bite, it keeps receipts. He's currently living in a studio apartment, while I've reopened my marketing firm in the office he used to own. The lesson here is simple. Never mistake kindness for weakness. And never assume someone isn't watching just because they're quiet. What would you have done in my shoes? Would you have confronted him immediately? Or played the long game like I did? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to Karma Files for more stories where justice always wins.